Winners win and losers lose. Want to know why? Simple, really. Because winners win and losers lose. It's that simple, really. It's a bit of a harsh reality, isn't it? It's the irony of life that the more you win, the easier it gets. The more you expect to win, the more you will win. Without effort, without pursuit, without force, it just happens. It just rolls. It just is. But when you're losing and you desperately, desperately need a win, that's when you can't find it. You couldn't buy a fucking win. If you needed to save your life, you couldn't buy it because you're desperate and you need it. And it is the ultimate cruelty and irony of life, is this fact that, winners win and losers lose. And look, I don't know what you want to put it down to. If you want to put it down to vibration, if you want to put it down to momentum, you want to put it down to par for the course, or just down to who you are as a person. But it seems to be a fact of life that winners will win and losers will lose. And it's a hard slog out of it. And it's why we talk about acting as if. Talking about acting as if you're already that person. And this is part of it, is that you have to be in the headspace and in the place of already fucking winning. And it doesn't matter what part of life it is. Whether that's your health, whether it's wealth, whether it's business, whether it's relationships, all those kinds of things, it comes down to you have to be at the right level. You have to be acting as if. You have to be living as if you're already that person. As if you're already a winner. Because when you do that, it just comes effortlessly. And look, the simplest version of this is always finances. It's always business and sales and stuff. And I've found it myself, and I know many friends, and I've coached people and helped them. And when you are fucking desperate for money, you're like, God, I just need a sale. It never comes. It never comes. And you have to force it through, and you have to fight, and you fight, and you fight, and maybe you'll scrape it in. And then when you're on a roll and you're in the right headspace and money's not an issue, and it's just, this is what it is. Take it or leave it. Money just seems to appear out of nowhere. Sales just appear. Leads just appear. And it's easy. And it's the same with, health and fitness. When you're in the trenches of it and you can't seem to get ahead, and you feel like no matter what you fucking do, nothing changes. It's an uphill slog, and you just have to stick it out. But once you kind of reach a point of you're in great fitness, it feels like, wake up today and I don't remember that vein being there yesterday. Nice win. Oh, look at that new definition in that muscle. Oh, I don't remember being able to crush that workout like that. Sweet, that was awesome. And as I said, you can put it down to vibration. You can put it down to what you put out into the universe. You can put it down to momentum. You could just put it down to wins attract wins, or you could put it down to acting as if. Whatever you want to call it. It just seems to be an irrefutable part of our universe that those who win keep winning, and those who don't. It's why we talk about the Seinfeld method. It's why we talk about momentum. It's why we talk about daily stacking of wins. Because it gets easier. The more wins you stack, the more you stack them up. And you can start with tiny fucking wins. But the more you stack them, the better life gets. The easier life gets. The more wins you start stacking. If you focus every day on your daily wins, and soon enough you're like, holy shit balls, Batman, I'm just winning in every aspect of my life. Everything I do is winning. And that's how you do it. You just start stacking them up. And look, maybe there are some areas, again, that you feel could use more attention. Cool, you do the same thing. You focus on daily stacking wins. And part of what I do in my program is literally that at the end of every day, you have to write down 10 wins. And they can be from the smallest thing from, it was a beautiful day. Or woke up and got a cuddle from my son and my daughter. Made my daughter's day. Loved my wife. Whatever it might be. It can be simple things like that. Down to, made a sale today. Made this much money. Did this on my workout. Did this on my, hit a PR on my weightlifting. Did a personal best on my weighted walk. Crushed another day of doing my diet, my eating plan. Or, overcame resistance and didn't give in. You pick the things, and they will. They will start small, and you just stack them up. And over time, you'll just keep recording them, and you'll be like, oh, that got bigger. That area got bigger. That area got bigger. Those wins got bigger. Those wins got bigger. And you just keep focusing on stacking them up. And we spoke about the other day, the momentum is the thing. And you just keep stacking momentum. And momentum and momentum and momentum. And eventually, things are fucking phenomenal. Eventually, the wins are just in everywhere. And they just get bigger all the time. And that's how you get ahead. But you have to get to the position where you are winning. You have to get to the position where you can stack the wins, where you can count them. And it starts really small. And it starts at the beginning. And just focusing on the things you can control. It's why we talk about no days off. It's why we talk about being perfect. It's why in the 30-day Chasing Greatness challenge, it's 30 days in a row, because you need to stack the wins every single day for 30 days in a row. And people are like, oh, you need rest days. Oh, you need days off. All this kind of stuff. And I was like, you would be shocked. You would be phenomenally shocked at the difference that doing 5 days on and taking 2 days off makes, because at the end of, we'll call it a month, you've only stacked 20 days versus stacking 30 days. It is phenomenal how much further it gets you ahead. It is disproportional to your success how much further doing it every single day, stacking the wins every single day has, versus resting every 5 days, taking those days off. It's crazy how much more beneficial levels you can reach by stacking the wins daily, by showing up every fucking day and doing that. That's why I talk about the Seinfeld method. Often these methods come from the people who are hyper successful, and they don't start these things when they're hyper successful. They're hyper successful because they do these things. The Seinfeld method is he had to write jokes every single day, and he'd have a calendar and he would tick them off, and he would put a big X, and he's like, how many days in a row, how big can I build this chain of me doing this? And he became one of the most prolific comedians in history. It's the same as we go back to the story of Stephen King, of is he Stephen King because every day he woke up at 9 a.m. and went to his computer and wrote until 5 p.m. Or did he become Stephen King because every day he went to his computer and sat at 9 a.m. and wrote till 5 p.m.? Did the work come first, or did he do the work because he was already that prolific? No, the work came first. He did the work for the sake of the work. He did the work because that's what you do. That you just show up and you stack those wins. And you stack them and you stack them and you stack them and you stack them. Because even, like, if we want to go back to health and fitness, if we want to go back to those kinds of things, even a shitty program done without fail, without skipping a day, without, breaks or fuck ups or anything like this will deliver phenomenal fucking results. Now imagine if you had a great fucking program and you just didn't stop. You just kept stacking the wins. Most people, and I truly mean this, most people will never see success in any fucking area of their lives because they quit too early. And always, the only way to truly fail is to quit. Don't quit, don't stop. You can pivot, you can realign, you can adjust the program, but you continue the momentum. You keep stacking the wins. And small but foundational things done consistently over a long enough time period will drastically and completely transform every fucking area of your life. Because winners win and losers lose. And so when you've ingrained those habits that you're a quitter, that you quit, that you give up, that you stop, what do you think happens? There's a reason why you keep fucking losing. Whereas if you break the habit, if you start acting as if you start reinforcing every single day that I am a motherfucking winner and I win at life and I do these things and I win, eventually you will break through. It doesn't mean that there won't be hard times. It doesn't mean that there won't be dry times. It doesn't mean that you won't go through stages where you question what you're doing and the sanity of what you're doing. But it does mean eventually you will win. Eventually you will become prolific on that and you will break through and you will reach that level. As I said, this applies to everything, but you can just do it in all areas. Health and fitness, business, finances, your mental toughness, who you are as a person, all this kind of stuff. You can see it. Just keep going. Focus on the wins that you can control. Focus on the areas that you can control. And all you can control is your actions, your habits, and your thoughts. And then pair that with the fact of focusing on and acting as if. Acting as if you are already that person. Acting as if you are already that man who wins at life, who wins and dominates. And then start tracking them, start stacking them, start showing up and recording all your wins. Start showing that you are a winner. Start in a notebook and you can look back on pages on pages on pages on pages of how much you're a motherfucking winner and how much you win. Then you've got proof. You've got proof to yourself, you've got proof to your subconscious mind that you're a winner, and then you start to expect to win. You start to get to the end of your day and be like, God, I won today. Let's record how much of a winner I am. Because winners win and losers lose. And nearly always losers focus on a victim mentality. Why, oh why did this happen to me? I didn't win because of X. I didn't win because of Y. It's not my fault this happened to me. Whereas winners focus on what they can control. Not why me, it's try me. Why not me? Because you're a motherfucking winner, and that's what the universe threw at you because it knew that you could handle it. And it knew that you were a winner and you could get that shit done. You could conquer this, you could crush it, you could overcome. Because that is what winners do. They motherfucking win. And you can control that. You are in control. You just have to start at the beginning. You don't have the credibility yet. You haven't built the scorecard yet. You haven't built the proof of yourself. But you can start at the beginning. You can start with the small wins. You can start by stacking up those wins and seeing how many you can stack together. How many things can you stack together? How many wins in a row can you do? And that's where you build the momentum. You shift who you are as a person. You start shifting that focus. And again, momentum, the eighth wonder of the motherfucking world is that you start putting enough, and they'll start small and you'll build them up, and it's still small and they seem insignificant and you're struggling to find them and you're struggling to do it, and then suddenly they all come to mind and you're like, oh, this is getting easier. Look at that, there's that win and that win and that win and that win. It's like all of that stuff. It's like the reticulated activation system. What we focus on comes to fruition. So if we focus on how we're out of shape, if we focus on how we're broke, if we focus on how shit our life is, if we focus on how awful everything is, if we focus on how nothing ever works out for us, you know what's going to happen? More of that shit. Whereas if you go, I'm a motherfucking win. Look, here are my winners. Here's my wins for the day. I just win. My life's amazing. I'm in incredible shape. I'm acting as if I'm, financially solvent. I am killing it in life. Everything always works out for me. And you keep showing up like that, and you keep showing up like that, and you keep showing up like that. And you track those wins. Oh, look, lo and behold, you're a winner. It's like Hagrid from Harry Potter. You're a winner, Harry. You're a winner. Just keep believing it. Keep acting as if, and start recording it. And look for the wins. Look everywhere in your life for the wins. And then they'll start manifesting. You need to move from the need and the desperation that you need those wins and start acting as if, and then they'll flow. As I said, it's not going to be, instantaneous, and it's not going to be this quick flash in a pan thing. You have to stick at this, and it's going to suck for a while. But shit, if your life already sucks and you're already there, what difference does it make? You might as well focus and try to do something different, to push forward into a better reality. Do it this way. Keep pushing forward. Keep seeing what you can do. And then you win. Start small and build them up. And just keep building them up. And eventually you will win. You'll win on a massive scale. So that's all I have for you. And I hope this will help. I hope this will help you shift from, that loser mentality, that victim mentality, into that mentality of winners win. And they win for a reason. So let's start acting like that. Now, if you want to continue on and build upon this, let's get you into it. Let's jump you into chasing greatness. Let's start in a detailed program way, a systematic way of tracking your wins and stacking them, and focusing on stacking those wins daily, and just keep going with those wins. So message me if you're ready to actually have a program that's going to show you how to stack your wins and build into the success that you know you should have. If you're not quite ready for that, click the link in my bio, grab my top 10 tools to transform your mental toughness, and join the Daily Greatness Mail, where you get daily systems, tips, tricks, methods to become the best version of yourself. Lastly, if you took value from this, if you saw something in this that really helped you, please like, comment, subscribe. I'm dropping these daily. There is daily podcasts for you to take advantage of and really connect with this stuff. And if you know someone else who could benefit from it, please share it with them. Let's spread this word. Until then, talk to you.